Okay, I literally was just speaking to myself for like 10 minutes. And I was like into my intuition. I was listening to my intuition. My name is Lily Rose Tarot. I'm here to do your reading. If it doesn't resonate, check out your sun, moon, or rising. This is for Libra, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. I do masculine and feminine. Do like the video because I will be putting a bonus reading for anyone that does the most likes out of the 12 signs. Also, do like, share, subscribe because I will be picking people to do free readings once I hit a certain amount of subscribers, okay? Okay, I'm going to go off my intuition real quick, and I'm going to try to say the same thing I already said. Some of you are working on your boundaries, okay? You're realizing self-love, okay? You're realizing what you deserve and what you are willing to put up with. You're going through healing, okay? You need to have boundaries, and maybe you are having boundaries, and maybe you're letting people go that do not, that are not in your same vibrational, like, working on yourself. When you work on yourself and you love yourself, you know what you deserve, okay? And if you put out 100%, Libra, you need 100% back, right? And that's in any relationship with kids, family members, anybody, okay? There needs to be a mutual respect and a mutual love, care, and empathy, right? And so usually, Libra, you guys tend to be really good at like fixing other people's lives, but sometimes you have a hard time balancing your own. It's time to give to yourself, okay? You do have willpower, and this talks about like letting go of addictions, right? And this is all about, I don't care if it's like addictions to drinking or whatever, people pleasing, anything like that, right? That is a lower vibrational vibe we cannot live in. It will not make us happy. If you're miserable alone and you're with somebody, then you might as well just be miserable and alone, right? That we don't have to worry about other people's emotions and how they treat you, and you know, and you cannot expect people to treat you the way you treat them either. So there's got to be that balance, right? And you are the scales. Somebody could want to commitment with you. Okay, this is about commitment, but this is also about rethink your loyalties. Who do you want to be committed to? Who doesn't treat you the way that you treat them in some sort of realm of respect, right? Like, okay. And you could be committing to yourself and being like, screw this, I'm healing, I'm doing the work, I'm just going to work on myself, I'm going to have my boundaries, I'm going to do what I need to do. And then you have boundaries. This is people please or wound, right? So there's a need to really have your boundaries up and realize your worth, okay? You could be a healer, you could need to work with crystals or Reiki or things like that, but or you could be healing as well, going through a healing process. I see both. For some of you, there is someone that is going through a healing process. Maybe you triggered that in them, but they're coming in, they want to commit. They're finally getting the strength to come forward, right? Maybe they're getting over some sort of addiction or something, or lower vibrational tendencies. And then they're getting their boundaries, and they're putting their boundaries with other people because they can't come in with you and bring in, you know, narcissists and people that are needy and all this shit, right? Okay. Moving on, we got 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. This is all about passionate connection, crown chakra, opening to spirit, world intuition, quiet mind. So you do have healing abilities. Anyone that's watching this, if you're connecting with this so far and you just feel the vibe, when you're watching tarot cards, you will feel a vibe. If the vibe ain't there, it ain't there, right? Click off. Don't make a story fit. If it don't fit, don't fit, right? So again, there is a need to work on your crown chakra, which is your psychic abilities, okay? You have a man here, a thinking man, so I do think someone's thinking about you a lot, or you are this masculine thinking about somebody. It depends on where you are and who you are watching, right? And then you have money coming in your way, personal pleasures, move beyond fear. Yeah, so there is someone either moving beyond fear to come forward, and they're working on their intuition and trying to figure out what this is, okay? And then you have Angel, and oh, look at, you got thinking woman, so you're both thinking about each other. Okay. Have compassion and affection. I think compassion is so important. I don't think I ever realized until I started loving myself how important compassion is and how much I've not had it. That's a really hard pill to swallow, to think you've gone through your life and you've not had people in your life that are compassionate to your feelings, but you're compassionate to theirs. You know, that's a sad thing to, you know, to sit in. It's not been easy for me. So maybe that's something someone needs to hear or needs to think about. Okay. But love is coming. Love yourself and love will come. Angel is working, and you never know what's going on behind the door, right? The yellow curtain, like you never know what, spirit God has intended for us, right? And so, um, you two might be feeling the pull. I mean, he's looking at her and she's looking straight ahead. She's like, am I supposed to be leaving? Like, am I going to walk down this road by myself? And he's like, wait, no, you're not. I'm coming, you know? Then there's a need to leave the fears behind, right? Having the willpower to get out of these low vibrational, whether that be overthinking or negative, I'm worthless. This person's not going to want me. I can't offer this. All that crap is so low vibrational. And that part of healing, I don't care who you are in this world. If you are alive and you are breathing, you're a walking miracle. Okay? So we use this life to help guide and be a good person and have a happy life and make sure that you're being treated properly. And this person too. This could be this person's energy. I don't know whose energy this is, right? Libra, how can I help them? How can I guide them? On the bottom of the deck, you got reminiscing, making memories, learning from the past. Yeah, there's a need to learn from the past. And it's all about perception. Perception is reality. I think I say that backwards or something. People make fun of me about it. But, we all have our own perception of like how things go, how conversations go. There's always got to be a little bit of grace with conversations because we don't hear, I don't know what it is about us humans, but when we talk to each other, we do not hear each other. And so it takes a real compassion, real empathy to be able to sit there and give people their moments, right? And sometimes I'm a low vibrational person. I don't give someone their moment. If someone hurts my feelings, that's it. And a conversation over. See you later. You're not understanding me. I don't even want to go any further because there's no point, right? And I like to go back to that conversation later because then I can feel like I can cool down, right? And so that's how I deal with things because I don't want to get in conflict anymore. I'm too fucking old for it, right? And that's part of healing. When you heal, you don't want negativity. You don't even want to engage. It is a turnoff. The energy is ugly. I can't even be around it. Like literally, like that's how bad it is. I like the energy. Like bleh, it makes me. I can't be around it. You know what I mean? And that comes with healing. That comes with putting your ego aside, killing the ego, killing the pride. There's so many lower vibrational things that we have to work on. And if we stop growing, we're dead. What's the point? What are we here for? Sorry, that's my rant for the night. Okay. Resentment triggers perception again. Intensity and letting go, turmoil and fleeting. So some of you had a fleeting connection and you let that go. Okay. I do feel like if you're single, there is somebody coming in here that is already thinking about you. So it is a crush. You either know this person is or you do not. Okay. Because there's sexual chemistry like a mamma jamma here. Okay. We got intense chemistry, sparks, having fun, equal interest, burning desires. So you're feeling the pull. And then we've got sadness, bitterness, missing you, thinking about you, uncertain future. There's a lot of thinking going on. There's a lot of like mental going on, right? And this could be anyone, right? The karmic relationships could be friends, family, anyone that is negative. You're going to have to release. If people aren't willing to grow, what are you going to do with them? Nothing. Okay, let's see what's going on. I want to see what this person is thinking. How can I help? Because we are getting a major energy here, so I am going to pull on them. Four of Swords, separation, but they're also Ace of Swords, communication. So I told you they're in their bread. They're in their bread. Maybe they're in their bread. Maybe they're working on their bread. You know what I mean? Maybe they're working on their money. Time on the money and the money and or the money on the mind and mind on the money, baby. That's what I'm doing. Okay. And then, oh, damn. Yeah. They look at you as their son. Oh, 4 wands. Oh, God. So happy life, happy family. They look at someone that you could be the potential one, right? And with the sun and the Ace of Swords and their fours could be important. Fours are about resting, right? Like kind of like coming to this energy of like, well, this one's about resting and like needing to like take a break. We need like a mental break, right? And then you get the Ace of Swords, you're going to get like this enlightenment. There's some sort of aha moment, right? And then you get the sun, clarity, but this is also about communication, right? And then you've got the 4 of Wands, which is all about home, stability, growth. And foundations are structures, right? When you're in your own element and you're learning and you're meditating and you're doing your own thing and you're taking a break from everybody else, you are in a stable environment because you are with yourself, right? This is a stable environment, but you're with somebody else. And then you got the lovers at the bottom of the deck again. So we've got, and then you got the Ten of Swords. So this was an easy ending. So if you're both healing at the same time, it's going to suck for both of you. So what you may be going through, they may be going through too. So there is this need to like stand in your power, work on yourself, just keep going. Release the energy. If it's meant for you, it'll come back. If it wasn't, it wasn't, right? Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. Can I get some clarification on the Four of Swords, the Ace of Swords, and then the Sun? The Sun is clarity. That's the moon as well. I mean, the moon. Divine masculine, but it's also Leo. One more. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Nine of Coins. The Nine of Coins is all about being independent, looking good, having stability, working on oneself. This person looks like they're single, working on themselves, loving themselves. They got the Star. Yeah, they have faith. They have hope. They're doing the healing, okay? They are trying to heal. You may have triggered this person into that Page of Coins. They're focused. They're learning. They may be having a new job, or they want to give you this gift of like, let's start from friendship. Like, I want to start over. And then you've got the Two of Swords, needing to make a decision. Taking that blindfold off and making the decision, right? Let's see what's in their heart space. Heart space. Too many. And you could have a choice between two people. That's for sure with the Two of Swords, okay? One more. The Queen of Pentacles. So, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, in feminine energy here. And then you get the Seven of Swords, which is planning, plotting. I do feel for some of you, have your boundaries up, right? Anyone that you let in, have your boundaries up. You're going to, no matter who they are, especially when you've got self-love going on, but you got the Tower at the bottom of the deck. So there is this Tower moment, maybe, damn. High Priestess with the Eight of Cups. That is like super peace out, peace out, peace out. Letting go of negative energy, because the Eight of Cups, these cups suck. You have to walk away from this person, and you love this person, and you put a lot into this. I don't care if it's a person, place, or thing, doesn't matter. Okay, but you have to walk away from it, and it is hard. Okay, and with the High Priestess, this is about some sort of secret, or you're walking away from some sort of secret and you're going into the sun, or they're going into the sun. I'm going to do this as you or them, right? It doesn't matter. It's energy. But this is also about intuition. Listen to your intuition, walking away from this Eight of Cups that no longer serves them and walking towards their wish fulfillment. Okay. And then you've got this Queen of Coins, which is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, and then the Seven of Swords. I feel like this is planning. And for some of you, you are walking away, you are listening to your intuition, and you are walking away from somebody that is not easy to walk away from, okay? And you will be walking into something special, okay? But you cannot, nothing can come in until you release. If you're carrying baggage and, and you got all this shit going on, no good energy will come in if you're blocked, if you have too much on your plate. You have to release to receive, man. That's just the way it goes. Ace of Swords, clarity. This person's planning, like sneaking back in, like they maybe have, maybe they've done something that was, maybe they ghosted you, and they feel regret for walking away. Okay, but they're getting clarity. I'm going to try to do whatever my intuition is telling me to say. I'm just going to say it. So if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. And tarot cards can last anywhere from 8 months to a year. So, you got to look at it like that. There's so many things that come into play, right? People, destiny and, divine intervention, death, transformation. Yeah, they want this to transform. What is this? And the Six of Wands. Yeah. They want victory. They want some sort of small victory here. Five of Cups. They're in regret, right? They're not doing so great. If you think they're doing great, they're not. Okay? They are working on their foundation. They may be, clearing out old vibrational tendencies, or this is you, right, Libra? Or you guys could be mirroring each other. It goes both ways. But they want it to end. They want the cycle to be over, and they want to have success and move forward. It's a small success, but they want it. There is communication with that Ace of Swords. And there's also, if it's not communication, it is clarity. Okay, what is the desired outcome? Desired outcome, please. They may think that people look at you very successful as well, the Hermit. They may want to, Knight of Pentacles. They want to move forward. I think they want to move forward slow. They've been going deep within, right? And they do want to take this slow. But they wanted to transform. 8 of Pentacles. They still want to work on this. They want you to work on this. They have the 3 of Cups. They want reconciliation. They're going to end things so that they can come in, right? You've got the Hermit, which is Virgo card. Okay, so there is this ghosting kind of thing where there is stagnation. There's no communication. I do not see anyone communicating. If you're in a connection right now, you're not communicating, right? Like even if you're living with your partner, this is a relationship, whatever, you're learning how to heal separately. You're not together, okay? And someone's going to grow and someone may not grow, right? And then you may leave that person and then go somewhere else. That's for somebody. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Again, movement, going forward. Death, transformation, ending things. With every ending, there's a new beginning, okay? And then you have the 3 of Cups. Reconciliation. This is also celebration, right? Clarification, please, for the desired outcome. I think they want to come out of this, like, dark, gloomy, like, place they've been in. Sagittarius is your card, and this is the Temperance. So this may have taken a long time. You got Temperance, but Temperance is good because it makes you learn patience. Okay? It makes you learn that anything that's worth anything takes time. Okay? If you rush things, it ends up in shit, and that's just the reality. You've got the Emperor. Yeah, they want to be your Emperor. 7 of Wands, they want to fight for the connection. Stand up for the connection. And then you've got the Chariot. Yes. Oh my God, they may stop by your house. They may just pop up if you know where they live. If they know where you live, that's for some of you. Most of them, this is somebody that is a masculine, the sun, divine masculine, and they have worked the shit out of themselves. And they are coming out of this Virgo, Hermit, whatever mode, and they are coming to transform the connection with the 3 of Cups, and they're coming back different. This person's not going to, for the majority of you, this person is not going to be the person that left you behind. And I'm not talking about negative. I'm talking about people that are healing, that are doing the work. I'm not talking about like people that are coming back and they're not changing and evolving and learning their flaws and working on their flaws. Those are not the people I'm talking about. Okay. So if somebody comes back and they're still the same asshole they were within a couple days, they're probably still the same asshole they're going to be, right? I don't care who they are. Can I get some advice? Advice for Libra? Advice, please. Yeah, whole inner healing, crossroad, direction, trying to figure out which way we're going. We got music at the bottom of the deck. You guys can be connecting through music, or music is inspiring you. Got whole inner growth, doing the inner growth, right? Okay, I want to do, actually, I like these because they do tell me a little bit more. What does Libra need to know? Well, that was quick. Looking within, inner knowing, self-awareness. It is so important to do self-awareness. Do it every once a week. Look in the mirror and figure out like what conversations you had, how did your week go, and what can you change about yourself to make yourself better. We all need to self-reflect. And you're going to go backwards. Nobody's perfect. We're all human. We may heal something, then get triggered, then we may be an asshole. You know what I mean? Like, we're all human. We all make mistakes. As long as you wake up and you keep trying. Care, recovery, safe, feeling safe again. Yeah, this relationship could heal, could be healing. Somebody wants to make plans with you. Somebody wants to connect with you. They feel guilty. They feel ashamed. They're remorseful. They've put away their ego and pride. They've killed that shit. They've killed their ego and pride. Look at that. And they're killing these things, right? They're changing this way of thinking, right? The hermit is like an overthinker, right? That could be for some of you. Like they overthink shit to till there's nothing left to overthink. Okay, I'm gonna pull on what this person wants to say. Oh, hell no. That did not just happen. Don't fall on the ground, please. Thank you and goodbye. I knew that was gonna happen right before I started this freaking reading. I was like, dude, I have a feeling those are not gonna make it up there. Okay, let's go. Let's see. What is your person or this person that is obviously your divine counterpart, Emperor, coming in to say, and what do they want to say right now? How can I help Libra? How can I help them? How can I guide them? What do they need to know? How can I help them? How can I guide them? Father God, what do they need to know? Libra. Libra, 3 more, please. 3 more. God, these cards, they want to say a lot. This is going to be a conversation. Okay, what do they want to say? Libra. Bottom of the deck, I want to make things right. Exactly. They want to make things right. They don't want to fight. They don't want to argue anymore. They've healed. They've grown. They've learned. And that's what I'm saying. Be careful when you let people in, because people will act like they've learned and they've healed and they've grown, and they have not. Okay? I can't go another day without you. Yeah, I told you this person's going crazy. They have to have you. They're done. They're done. They've learned. They're ending something. They're leaving something or someone behind. Okay. I can't let you go. Again, we got some protective energy here. We'll say that. Every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. So they're wanting you to contact them. But if they're the one that did the ghosting, they should be the one that contacts you, because that's a low vibe, right? I'm sorry I hurt you. I didn't realize what I had until it was gone. Time will tell story. I realized all the mistakes I've made. Yeah, because they've healed, right? They've healed. They know what they've did, and they're ready to come forward and atone for their sins. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that serious. I don't see this as somebody that's like cheated on you or like, keyed your car. This is not toxic here, right? This is somebody that could have been a people pleaser, or could have let other people influence them, or was scared of commitment or something like that. It's something forgivable. Okay, you guys, I wish you nothing but the best, and God bless.